Hello everyone, Pavlov is you, also known as the bringer of your daily dose of Ukrainian accent. And if you think that we didn't speak about something made by Fio for quite some time, you are right. And it's time to fix that. And today we'll be talking about the portable DAC that they released in the Snowsky sub-brand named Melody. Pretty straightforward name for a portable digital to analog converter. And it's a pretty classical FIO deck built with Cirrus Logic 43131 chips, with support of FIO companion app, parametric equalizer, single-ended and balanced output. But on top of that, add a really interesting design because it's a portable deck or dongle made of wood. And also it has a really pleasant price, about $40 to $50, which makes it even more interesting. So with all of that, let's have a closer look. Box is simple but really bright in typical Snowsky fashion. Not much information printed everywhere, but it definitely looks great. And as an additional accessory, you can get a leather case. There are two color versions. I've got a walnut one, so let's dig inside. Here is quick start guide. And here is dongle itself. We'll put it aside for a while. And here we'll likely get a cable. So here is a short USB Type-C to USB Type cable, but actually it looks really nice and has a decent quality. So first, it matches in colors with the metal parts of the dongle, and also it has fabric insulation to provide the extra longevity. Also, it's soft with nice flexibility that makes it pretty comfortable in everyday usage. So overall, a really good cable as a basic accessory for a pretty affordable deck. And here we have absolutely cute and adorable leather case. It's small, but quality is pretty impressive. So it has a logo etched here and a special part for the buttons, hole for the lead, and it's nicely stitched. And here you can see this dongle itself. Melody is really small, but looks great. This combination of dark wood and metal accents also is pretty attractive. And the second color version is lighter, uses lighter wood and silver metal accents. There are separate buttons for volume control and multicolored LED indicator. And all the logic here is pretty simple, so you just connect USB Type-C here, and there are two outputs, balanced and single-ended. Single-ended supports microphone and controls, and also I've read on the FIOS side that with a special adapter you can use a coaxial output, so you can also use it as a tiny converter from USB to coaxial. So in terms of design, this thing of course looks much higher than its price. It's one of the most beautiful dongles I've seen, especially if you pair it with some headphones that has matching design and aesthetics. It will be a really great combo. And size is surprisingly small, so it adds additional wow factor here. Traditionally for FIO products, Snowsky Melody is supported by FIO Control app. There is a firmware update to version 1.1.0 with dynamic range enhancement control. But unfortunately, I can't install it now because it's stuck on the over-the-air downloading, and there is no menu item for the local update. So it's some minor issues that most likely will be solved really soon. So far you can see firmware version, current resolution, And also you can select USB audio control version 1.0, meaning better connectivity with older devices, 2.0 high resolution supported, 2 levels of gain, buttons mode, and it changes behavior between long and short presses, which will be volume control, which will be track navigation. You can disable indicator light if you don't like it, and you can disable inline microphone support. Then we have equalizer. It's traditional for the FIO, combination of graphical and parametric equalizer with some presets available, and you can store it on the device, and of course it will be saved. But so far let's disable it. And there are a lot of audio settings, so you can disable SPDIF if you don't need it. You can select 2 DAC modes, class AB and class H, but to be honest, I didn't hear any significant difference in the blind test that I can sure that there is a huge difference. So maybe your experience will be different here. Then, do you want 60 steps or 120 steps of volume control? Then you can select volume here, channel balance, and select which low-pass filter you'd like. As usual, their impact on the sound is really minimal. And also, traditionally, you can see a small guide that describes what buttons does and how to connect it. So really great software support with tons of options. Here you can see energy measurements with iPad as a transport because it supports enough power, and Snowsky set to the low gain and H-class mode. Also I connected Marillion 2 via balanced output as a reference load here. Sound-wise, we are getting a pretty balanced signature with slight hint of additional warmth and overall musical representation, but with a really good for this price level of technicality. Enjoyable sound, great for long listening sessions, but if you want to go into more critical audiophile listening, you'll also get a nice results for this price. So bass goes to maximum depth. It's not offering maximum focus on tiniest nuances and details, but still resolution is really good, so it gives you nice textures and a good amount of weight. But of course, if you need more weight or like less weight or anything, whatever you'd like, you can use equalizer to adjust low frequencies to your tastes here, or any other frequencies, so I won't be focusing on the equalizer anymore. You just keep in mind that you have this feature. So instrument sounds pretty natural with good body, not super highly realistic, but still with good sense of presence without pushing them forward or vice versa, making them soft and unnatural. And it suits great for both natural instruments and electronic music. So as an example, it's Juno Reactor, Tempest, and it has a great deep bass with nice rumble, and this dongle delivers it pretty well. Mid frequencies are musical with really good level of emotion representation, with slight hint of additional weight that gives extra body for the male vocal, but this effect is pretty minimal. Imaginary stage is surprisingly big. It's not holographic probably or super three-dimensional, but still pretty airy with good depth layering and really surprising size in width. So really nice results if we took this price into the account. It's not super critical for the quality of records, but still, thanks to the decent level of detalization, you can hear the difference between different remasters, remixes, and other versions of the same album, for example. So it's also an interesting hobby if you want to go into this way and suffer more finding the version of your favorite record that sounds the best. Nice representation of female vocals without additional energy put there, and pretty good resolution to showcase any instrument. And as an example, here is Kayleigh by Marillion, really emotional vocal. Of course, Fish is the master of voice control, and you can definitely enjoy it, as well as the rest of the melody with nice percussions and other accompanying instruments. And the treble is slightly on the relaxed side, but not overly softened. It's not boosted, not forward, but at the same time normal resolution with proper attacks and decays. Of course, no audiophilic stuff like layering or super extended overtones, but basic overtones are here, and they giving good sense of realism to the instruments. But at the same time, I can't call this dongle like energetic or created for treble lovers, of course, in the basic version of the tuning. So pretty enjoyable representation without being overly softened, and with a nice sense of airness in the sound. And example for the treble, it's Robert Plant, Carry Fire. Interesting percussions, interesting accompanying instruments. Probably it's sitar or something like that, with really interesting and saturated treble overtones. And this dongle delivers it in a pretty nice and realistic way. As it comes to pairings, of course, you're getting absolutely black background for sensitive IEMs, and it's not super powerful. If I remember specs correctly, 100 milliwatts per channel for the 32 ohms from the single-ended output, and 250 from the balanced output. Not super high figures, but it's also will be enough to drive a huge amount of full-size headphones. Not high impedance models, of course, or some tough to drive planars, but lot of adequate models will be driven properly by this dongle. And in terms of comparisons, also, to be honest, not much sense in doing some comparisons here, because if you like slightly warmer sound and if you like this aesthetics, this dongle beats everything in this price range. Simply because the amount of options it offers. So FIO solidified their firmware, solidified support of FIO controls, and of course they are ahead of competition here. And if you don't like warmer sound, if you want something more natural and critical, you can look at some other models. But in general, if you like these aesthetics, I think you can simply go and buy this dongle. You won't be disappointed because the sound is good, features are good, and the build quality is really nice. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a great day.